Hey, this is Jason with Zero to Programmer, and today we're going to go over tables. So, I've opened up a Notepad and I've opened up our file, both the browser and on Notepad, and I've kind of started a table here. Let's just back up. So, I'm first going to show you like the basics of how a table works in HTML, and then we will kind of go into more detail, and I'll actually introduce a little bit of C++. I'm sorry, not C++, CSS, which I will go over CSS more later, but right now I'm just going to kind of show you a different way of doing a table with CSS inside of HTML. So yes, CSS is technically another language, but you can actually implement it into HTML. So right now you see everything that we've done so far, and it's getting kind of big here. So let's just go ahead and go down to the bottom. I've opened up a new paragraph, and let's start a table. So this is a table tag. There you go. Oh, I can spell table right. Table tag, and let's go ahead and skip down and close the table tag so you don't forget later. Go inside here, scoot over, indent, and let's start off with a caption. You don't need this caption tag for it to work, but I like it because you can actually, as you can see over here, before I reset this, it gives you a label for your table. So so let's just start off. You can, or you can't. You don't have to use it, but I like using it. So caption tag, and then you just put in. Let's put in table 1, and then close caption. There you go. And you've made a caption. So if I were to save this, you would not see that table anymore. You would, if you just look here, you'll actually just see table 1. So with that being done, let's go over and start what we call a TR tag, which is a table row. So that actually starts your table row. If you go over here, we'll close the table row, and then in between we'll indent over again, and we'll start with another optional tag, but I actually like using it a good bit, and you probably will too, is TH, which is table header. And this is what you saw earlier. If you noticed, there was a bold writing in this kind of your category part of your table. So let's start doing that, and I'll do like I did before, Saturday, and we'll close table header, and then let's do another one, TH Sunday, close table header, and TH Monday, close table header. There you go. Now, if I were to save right here and just show this, you will actually see Saturday, Sunday, Monday in line, and this, like I said, this is kind of your category of it. You don't need this. You can go straight to this one I'm about to show you, but I like using this. So what you would do is actually, I need to back up here, go down below your table row, so you're making another table row, TR, and let's close this. There you go. And in between here, come up and we'll do TD. And I believe this stands for table data. I'm not completely sure on this, but that sounds about right to me. So we'll use table data. And what you would put in here is your data for your table. So the work, and close close this. And so that actually, while I'm showing you this, so you see here on the table header, Saturday is in one column, Sunday is in one column, Monday is in one column. Now, table row closes, and then the next table row, which will be right down below Saturday, it'll show your table data. You could put another table header, I believe it would still work. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it would. And it would just make it bold and everything else. Excuse me, that was probably sounding really weird on camera. So, TD, and let's put school. This is by far what actually goes on in my day, but yeah, just for the sake of creating a simple table. Put work again. Close, TD, blah. Alright, so you want to make sure you've closed everything. Save and refresh, and there you go. You have a work, school, work, and you see it's in different columns. Alright, so I'll make one more row just to kind of, actually, you know what, I'll make 2 rows, and all we're really going to do is just copy this. So it's going to just say the same thing. And one more. Yeah. And there you go. I have 3 different rows. Well, actually 4 kind of in the header, or the heading. You know, they all say the same thing. Doesn't really matter. Well, I could change it, but whatever. So from here, you can do a few simple things. So this is our basic table, right? You see the words. Doesn't really look like a table, right? It just kind of looks like, I don't know, it's weird, right? So let's change that. So inside here you can put a attribute, and we'll put the style attribute, and we'll go and we'll make this let's make the width colon 100%, so the width, the 100% of the width of the page. So if we do that, here, this is just a good practice, so you don't forget this later. Put a semicolon right there, and also, there you go. Also, make sure you put that in quotation. There you go. And save. And close. And now, if I stretch this out, it will stay the same width of the page. So if you wanted it that, or you could change it to half width, or if you had a set pixels that you knew you wanted it to be, you could do it that way too. But I really like that because it fits to the page. So if you're looking up on a phone, if you're looking up on iPad, or some kind of tablet, or if you're looking up on a computer screen, monitor screen, then it always fits. So good little trick there if you're wanting to do. And I'm sure there's other ways to do it. This is just like a simple way that I found. Now, it still really doesn't look like a table, right? You need some border, right? So let me just make sure that everything's saved on here, right? Okay. So let's look for the border. There's like 4 ways of doing this, and I want to make sure I show you this way first. So I'm looking through my notes to make sure. See this. There we go. So, for now, because I could just put in like, I could just put in like border colon 1 pixel, so it look like that. But there's a way more effective way of doing that than that, and I'm not even sure if this works. It may not even work. Probably doesn't. No. Okay, so I'm sure there's another way of doing this, but I don't even want to show you that. So let's back up and just show you this way first. So I'm just putting in one attribute at a time. So this attribute is border, and then you're going to put equals right here, and then 1. I believe that's right. And when we do that, there you go. So that's a border. That's more looking like your table right there, right? And let's see, maybe it's like this. What I just put in there. Style equals width 100%. Maybe that's going to work. I haven't really tried it like this, honestly. No. Okay, so like I said, there's a way better way of doing that. So, let's do that. Just make sure it's not buggy right now, since I did all that. Alright, so that is a border around your table, making it look a little bit more like a table, right? So with that, let's try to use another one before I start showing the CSS stuff. I was thinking there was one more. Maybe not. Okay, so that's a basic table, right? All right. Let's take this off, and tell you what, let's make this easier on us. And we have a table right here. Let's make it called something. So let's do ID attribute equals, and then put your quotations inside the quotations. Make sure you put what you want it to be called. So that's don't capitalize. Table underscore 1. The underscore, it makes it easier for it to read. The space may or may not be picked up, and with XML it will not be picked up. So yeah, just make sure you put an underscore if you're like wanting to do like a space like that. And I'll still show you right here. Let's see. Got a table. Alright, now we're going to go up into the style right here. And there you go. And we're going to put, this is starting our CSS a little bit. Not so much right now. I actually want to put in, the reason why I made a ID like I did in this one is because I want to make a link from the top of the page, so it'd be easy to just go straight down to it. So let's go right here at the beginning of the page and make a link. So ahref. And if you haven't watched my other videos, I do show how to do this stuff, and it is, if you look right here, it's exactly the same way. We're just going to call a different term. So hashtag table underscore 1, and close that. and you're going to want to make it look like I said, you want to go to table space 1. So it's always making it look like you're talking about one thing, but in reality, in programming anyways, you're always talking about the inner part of it. So user friendly, but still works. So now that I've made, you see I've made the change. I took off the border for a second because there's a better way of doing it. Oh, I forgot to put a line break. Again, I show how to do a line break, but this is a pretty easy one. So actually all it is open tag, BR, close tag. Save. There you go. So now, and again, if you watch one of my other videos where I actually customize the links, the reason it is because I actually made this yesterday to test it out, and so it still reads that I've gone through this link before, so it is green instead of orange. So click on it and it sends you down there. So that's one thing I wanted to do. Now we're back up at the style, and I've gone down, and we're going to start a table. And let's do just want to start off with a simple one. Okay, so we want to do table, comma, th, comma, td. So those are the three terms we're using for this: the table header, and the table data. And we're going to space over and open up brackets. Now, like I said, this is a little bit in the CSS, so if you saw me do these links right here, this is also CSS. So it's going to look a little different than HTML, but bear with it, try to learn it. Like I said, I'll go over a whole little thing with CSS later, but stick with me for this, because this is going to be where you're going to make all your customizations, and this is what's going to make your table look a lot better. So start there, and inside here, this is where I was talking about it's going to make it so much easier to do all of your customization. So 1 pixel and solid black, semicolon, and let's just make it a little more pretty. 2, border, collapse. I'll tell you what, let's not even do the border collapse yet. Let's just go ahead and close it. And save, and then open that up, and there you go. I've actually done the border 1 pixel and solid black. So we could change this. We could do green. Haven't tested this yet, so I hope it works. Yeah, it did not work. Oh. I'll play with that later, and I'll figure that one out, but let's go back to solid black for a minute. Solid black. Save black. There we go. I don't know why that didn't work. Okay, so let's change the pixel. Oops. There you go. That's cool, right? Alright, so you can customize that. We'll just go back down to 1 for right now. We're going to do a lot of customization here in a minute. So now the next one I was going to put in was border collapse, and you'll see here what that means. Colon and then say you want it to collapse. Redundant, but whatever. Alright. Save, and there you go. See how it's kind of made the border of the table, because that's what it was doing earlier. So if I took this off, let me just take this off for a second. Save. There you go. See, so this first one you see is the border of the table itself, and then these other ones are borders of each, the header or the heading, and then the data. So by putting this border collapse in, it kind of just merges that. So, oops, sorry. Border collapse. So like I said, it's getting a little bit more complicated, but if you just bear with it, if you gotta watch the video a few times to kind of get it going, or maybe you'll get it right the first time and make me feel like a bad person for saying that you wouldn't get it. I'm not saying you wouldn't get it anyways. But yeah, okay, so that's one way of doing it. But you want let's say you want to go ahead and skip down to this next one and do the table heading and the table data, and then just like we did before, you want to open up a squiggly bracket, and I wish I knew the real term for that, because that would help a lot. Padding 15 pixels, and close bracket on that. Actually, I think I may need a semicolon for that. Some languages you actually have to have a semicolon to finish a line. Others are not so strict. There we go. So that gives you a 15 pixel padding in between your term and then your border. So we could change that. Oops. 30. Save. Uh-oh. Maybe that was beyond the thing. So let's do 5. There might be a limit there, and I might have hit that limit. Oh, I know what it was. It's not. It might not be a limit. I might just be an idiot. I didn't say that. Yeah, I did. Alright, so there you go. 5 pixels. 15 pixels. And just to show that I am sort of an idiot. Not really, but sort of. 30 pixels. Boom. There you go. Alright. Let's go back down to 15. Make it nice and pretty. Sort of. Alright. So that's padding. And what do we want to do next? Let's do this. Alright. We'll skip down. We want to do just the table heading, just to kind of show a little contrast here. And you want text align. Oops. Align to go to the left. And close. Save. And let me just stretch this out here. It did not work. Why did it not work? Maybe because I didn't do this. So width this actually may not be right either. I may have to do that a little different. I don't think that's going to work. It kind of did. Not really. Not how I wanted it to be. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this a little different. Or better than I thought it was going to. Let's do table. I haven't tested any of this, by the way. I'm just kind of winging it right now. Width, which is why it probably doesn't look that good, but you get to see Zero to Programmer right here. There we go. Alright, so I've noticed that back here where I was doing the text align, I forgot about that. Yesterday I was having issues with the text align not quite working. I have my screen kind of small, and so it was working a little iffy yesterday too. If you didn't have your width set to a certain degree, or if you had it set to a certain degree, it wouldn't actually work with these. So you may have an issue with that if your table is showing up too small. So keep an eye on that when you're doing your own website. If for some reason that text align isn't working, because I can actually switch this to right now and it'll work fine. There you go. Yeah, that might fix your problem if you just make your table a little bigger. There you go. We'll go back to the left now. Yeah. So it's working right now. Take this off. There you go. And what else can we do? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to have to take off this border collapse to show you this next one. The reason is that this next one I'm about to show you here is called border spacing, and it doesn't work. It kind of cancels itself out when you use border collapse. So let's do this. I believe this is going to work in the same thing here. Border pixel, border equals pixel 5. Oh, I didn't do none of that right. Border spacing, colon, 5 pixels. There you go. And this should work. There you go. So it gives you 5 pixels in between your, what do you call it, your two borders. So your border for your terms and then your border for your table, it gives you 5. So we could actually up that to 15. There you go. Up to 15, and you can see it's got more of a space now. So they kind of look more, you could make them look more like buttons right now, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking with that. Like a clickable button. That's what it kind of feels like. So just go back down to 5. And save again. And that's cool. But I like the collapse better, so we're just going to go ahead and take this out. I just wanted to show you that. That's a pretty cool one. Like I said, if you're trying to do buttons or something like that for your some kind of link, and you could do that. You could definitely go over here you've put your border spacing in, and then what you would do is just go down to your table and right in here, here, for each one you want it to be clickable, you would just type in, make a link out of it. So you would put in your A tag, RF equals blah blah blah. So that's how you would make the button out of it. And whenever, you just have to make your own results for that. But we're not going to worry about that right now. I'll show that way later. But for right now, let's go back and put back in our border collapse, because it looks better, I think. And colon, collapse. There. Make sure that worked. Didn't write anything in right. You always want to check, I don't know if I said this before, I probably did. You always want to check after you do anything, just to make sure you didn't type something in wrong, and then later down the road you're like, what's wrong with my whole page? It's all messed up. So, alright, so let's see what's next. I've showed you the border spacing. Like I said, the border spacing doesn't work if you have the collapse border on. So let's do I want to show a little bit of like row span, column span and row span. So I'm actually not writing it right now. Right here in the table, so I'm going back down to the table part of this, and we're going to make a term. Let's do a header. I think that's going to work. Pretty sure it's going to work. Okay. Let's make a column span. So col span is a column span, and we're going to make it equal to 2. So it's going to actually go through 2 columns. Saturday is. Let's save, make sure I did that right. There we go. So it is now using up 2 columns, and then the next one starts, and then the next one starts. So you don't have anything in Monday now. And I haven't got this to work in data yet, in the data parts of it. So since I have 3, I might can try. I don't think it's going to work though. Column span equals 2. And save. Okay, it did work that time. Nice. Okay, so that does work in table data. Forget what I just said. So that's cool, but let's now let's make Saturday span 2 rows, and what you would put here is row span. Just spell out row span equals, inside the quotation marks, put 2, and you'll see if this works right. There you go. That Saturday now stretches through 2 rows. And don't know if this works, but let's try it. Column span equals 2. There you go. And that, hey, there you go. It did work. So it also spans through 2, and it actually caused the work to scoot over and go through 2. So table's really messed up right now, but you can see you can do a row span and a column span inside of one thing. There you go. Straighten this back out, because we don't want it to look like that. We just want it to look like a normal table. A normal one. Just a normal one. There you go. Alright. So you've done all this stuff. You've got a decent looking table here, but you know, it's whatever. Let's make it look a little nicer, right? If you've watched my other videos, this is an easy little customization, right? Oops. This is the bold customization tag, and all it does is, if you look right here on table 1, it makes table 1 bold. Let's do, I wonder if you can do bold and then big right next to it. I really haven't tried this. Doing a lot of stuff on camera the first time today. I don't know, I'm feeling risky. Maybe it won't, maybe it work, maybe it won't work. Probably a different way of doing it. But hey, it did work actually. So yeah, you can just stack these up and make it look all kind of nice. So, we got that going for us. Let's do some more customization. And we're going to go inside the style again for this, because some cool little stuff we're about to do here. So, I'm going to type in some stuff, and I'll go over it as I'm typing it, hopefully. Table, and then we're going to call. So hashtag call is, you know, getting ready to call for an ID, and this ID is going to be our table 1. You see what I'm doing here? I'm using something you didn't think I was going to use. Okay, CSS. This is some more CSS stuff. So this is what we're really going to start doing to make our table look way nicer, right? How nice, you say? Well, give me a second, I'll let you know. Child, and we're going to make a bracket here, and we're going to write in even. Crazy, right? Looking crazy. What does all that mean? Alright, so let me finish putting this in, and then I'll tell you what it means. Color. We want our background color to be let's do black. I think I want to do black. I don't know, let's try it. And then close bracket. Alright. So, let's save and just try this real quick. Yeah, dude. Good. Alright, so I did eliminate 2 of my things, but I just want to show you this real quick. Let's go on over here. Alright, so I've said, okay, I'm talking about a table. I want to call table _1, which is this, what we named this table down here. When we created that link, we set the ID equals table _1, and we put that link in it. Link at this point is not important, but that ID is. So when this table gets ready to call this table _1, we're going to talk about the table row and colon nth equals, or colon child even. So every row that's even, so 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then we put a squiggly bracket and we want the background color to be black. Now, since we've also, you know, made our writing in black, that is why it kind of just blanked everything out. We're going to fix that later, but let's go on with this. So the next thing we're going to do here is skip down here, and we'll do another table call. So we're going to say we're talking about a table. We want to call table underscore 1, the name of our table, and we're going to say tr row. What do we want to do with uh-oh, dogs here or something. TR row, we're going to do the int child, which I could have just copied and pasted this, but don't worry, it's not that big of a deal. Odd this time instead of the even, so everything's the same except for the even. We're going to do the background color. Let's do green. I know green didn't work last time, but I think it's going to work this time, probably because I actually tested it last time. And just to give me less work, I'm actually going to make this blue so it doesn't just blank everything out. I'm still going to go over how to change everything, don't worry, but just to, there you go. So every even is now green, so, or I'm sorry, is now blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 4 are blue, and the odd are now green. So 1 and 3 are green. And let's go on to the next one and show you another one. So this time we're going to change that first color. So we're going to talk about a table. We're calling table underscore 1 th, and go straight to a bracket. And we're going to change the color of the text, which is just color. Let's do, do I want to do white? I guess we'll just do white, that's fine. And semicolon, right here, and put in, oops, background color, yeah, background color, black. Alright, there, that should all work, I think. So this is going to change the, should change the text to white, and just the table header, th right here, just this, is going to turn black. Actually, that might just turn the table header. There you go, yeah, that just turned the, because we were just talking about table header there. So actually, if I went here somewhere, let me find my spot here. If I went here and just typed in color equals white, and that should just change the color of the odd one. So it should just change the one in green to white. There you go, just like that. So that's a few little things you could do here. Hey buddy. My sons want me to play with him, so that'd be the next thing I do. Yeah, so that's a good way of really making your tables customizable. Like I said, you can do some things with HTML style where you're just putting an attribute in down here. Go back to what I'm talking about here, where you could like just put, I've put in the ID here, that's fine, but you could put in the width and all that stuff inside there. But really, you get to do a lot more with CSS, because it has to do with a lot of colors, and you can put pictures and stuff in there. It's a lot of stuff you can do, and like there's not just this is CSS, but you can actually do a whole CSS file and then implement it into the HTML. So we can go over that later too. That's a lot, but there is a lot you can do with stuff like this. So yeah, that's a lot. I don't even know how long this video has been. It's probably been pretty long. Ooh, really 45 minutes? Holy crap! Okay, well, this has been a 45-minute video, so I hope you've made it to the end of it. But I should have made this 2 parts. Well, anyways, this is Jason with Zero Programmer, and I will let y'all go. I'll see you in the next video.